Hello and welcome back to Zara Energy. We're going to be discussing the new moon happening on the 24th of July. It's a powerful new moon. It's the final new moon before we start dipping our toes into eclipse energy, because the next new moon in August won't be an eclipse, but it will be happening in Virgo, and Virgo does have the South Node. And then in September, we are going to be in eclipse energy. There will be a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse on the 7th and a solar eclipse on the 21st in the sign of Virgo. So it is taking us on a journey. And interesting, this new moon is happening on the 24th of July, yeah? You with me? And the seeds that we plant, we basically reap the rewards. We see it coming to fruition. The work that we've been doing in 2026. February 1st, 2026, there's going to be a full moon in Leo. And then on the 17th of February in 2026, there's going to be an eclipse in Aquarius. So notice the themes of eclipses that are coming about with this energy. It is potent. It is powerful. Now, if you'd like to book a reading with me, link down below in the description. And if you'd love to have your website designed, SXP Tech will definitely be there to help you with your creative ideas when it comes to your website. Now, we're going to run this. Basically, I'm going to be talking about this new moon, and then I'm going to do it for all 12 signs. Do check your rising, your sun, and your moon sign, although the moon sign is more subjective. The rising sign is the area of life that is happening. Now, this new moon is happening in the sign of Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So you can check your sun sign, especially with this new moon. And then obviously your moon sign is very important when we are discussing new moons and full moons. It's all about our emotional regulation during those times. Now, the sun and the moon are in the sign of Leo. Okay. And we're having this beautiful new moon. This is a new beginning. It's a fresh start. This is where we plant seeds. And Leo is all about courage, your inner light, your inner strength. This is where you follow your heart, your passion, your joy. Now, Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Leo. So we will be rethinking things with this new moon. And I want to also bring to light that Leo has been going through it. Okay? December of 2024, Mars went retrograde in the sign of Leo. Yes, in January, Mars retrograde back into Cancer and then went direct, but and then came back to Leo. So we've been dealing with this energy of Mars and Leo earlier this year in oppositions to Pluto in Aquarius. Okay? We've been dealing with this intensity since December. So I would say your sun sign, yes, because Leo rules the sun, and the energy of confidence, your inner light has been going through so much. This was all about your voice, your passion, your joy. And even when you have children, Leo rules over children. It rules over dating. It rules over fun, pleasure, creativity, entrepreneurs. Everything that makes us happy is Leo. It is the light. And this new moon is offering you a new beginning and a fresh start. And Mercury is saying, you've been through a lot since December. December of 2024. You've been through so much. Now, rethink the way that you are presenting yourself. Now, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius opposite the sun and the moon. Mercury is retrograde in Leo. Okay, truth can definitely be revealed with this new moon. Pluto is all about secrets, deceptions, all of those things coming to light. I am going to remind you to focus on your light. Leo's ruled by the sun. You've got to see the light within you. You see, with Pluto, which is Lord of the underworld, it brings a sense of darkness whenever Pluto is, in a sign. Now, Aquarius rules our social interactions, and I will link the video down below where I did Pluto in Aquarius if you want to just see that and understand Pluto in Aquarius, and all 12 signs are there as well. Now, Pluto in Aquarius is social interactions, the groups that we connect to. It is our interactions with others. And Pluto is transforming this. There can be pressure from other people, from the internet, because this is Aquarius, so it's the internet, it's social circles. So think the various groups, the friend group, the work group, the family group. And then there's you, because Leo is about self, and this is a new beginning for yourself, your inner light, your inner joy. There can be these outside pressures around you where you're deciding to step into your most courageous self. You're going to have to bring up your courage. You're going to have to follow the lion heart. This is what it's about, and following your heart as a whole, about what is right for you, regardless of everyone else. See, with Pluto in Aquarius, there's this pressure. There is this power play and power dynamics. And because this is an opposition between Pluto retrograde in Aquarius and the new moon that's happening in Leo with the sun, there is this point of tension between two opposing forces, you and other people, you and someone else, and the pressure to not follow your heart, to not be confident within yourself, to not trust your heart, your joy, your pleasure. So there is going to be these tensions that we find with this new moon. Okay. And it's so important to not give into that, to listen to your heart, to not forget your light. See, Leo evolves through strength. Leo gets put down the most. Leo, has been let down the most. And Leo has to rise with the strength to still be generous, to still follow their heart, to follow their passion. How do you follow your heart? You follow your heart by people putting you down. You follow your heart by feeling let down. And when you feel that, you evolve in a sense of strength where you follow your own heartbeat, your own passion, and you make and forge your own way. And this is what makes Leo the sign of leadership qualities, and stepping into leadership roles, claiming the spotlight. It's not just handed to Leo. It is something that Leo evolves into. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to be the outside pressure. So think of all the outside pressures to conform, the outside pressures to lose your voice, the outside pressures to not follow your heart. Even though Aquarius rules over being different, unique, authentic, but with Pluto there, we are going to feel this. And if you're an Aquarius, this doesn't mean that you were in this darkness, although it can represent the dark night of the soul as situations, people are being torn down in your life. It's a death process. That's the process of Pluto. It's a death. The light that we're going to have to follow with this new moon and plant seeds in to build our confidence and strength is in the sign of Leo. Now, the new moon will be getting some, help from Uranus and Gemini, which is liberation emotionally, ideas, and forging a new path and trusting your voice. At the same time, the moon will also get support from Saturn, Aries, Neptune, and Aries retrograde, but still support of what emotionally do you feel you need to restrict out, rebuild, follow through, take action, become structured towards emotionally to form the success you want to see in your life. This is such a powerful new moon, and the intentions that you set now, you will reap the rewards. You will see it come to fruition in 2026, 1st of February with the full moon in Leo. And then there's going to be a solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th. So I find it very interesting that this new moon is happening. Final new moon before we start tipping our toes into eclipse energy. Yes, there's going to be a full moon in Aquarius in August, and at the end of August, a new moon in Virgo. It's not a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. It is a new moon, but it's with the south node. So we're going to get one in August in Virgo, and then at the end of September, there's going to be a solar eclipse in Virgo with the south node. Full moon lunar eclipse, 7th of September. In Pisces. I will have the dates down below. So this is such a potent and powerful time of reclaiming your energy, stepping into your power, finding your voice, being unique, and being authentic. This is Leo energy, trusting your art, trusting your creation, trusting your joy, trusting your pleasure. Yes, there's going to be tensions within relationships, okay, because Leo is all about romance. It is about dating. It is about love. Okay? And Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, relationships, even though it's social interactions and humanity and community and online and in person, but nonetheless, we can find those tensions. Now, Mars is with Virgo with the South Node. We are purging our old ways of taking action. Your anxiety can be feeling high. Your tummy could be feeling a bit sensitive, right? This is where we are letting go of old ways of taking action. Our old criticism of self will be deep, and this is what we're purging out. We're letting it go. The South Node is where we clear. It's where we let go of. It's where there's excess. It's where we're comfortable with the structure and the routine and the day-to-day, even maybe the job that you have. This is about reclaiming your power so that you can have the success that you want in 2026. Now, it's not enough that Mars is in Virgo with the South Node, but Mars is in Virgo, and it is going to be in a square to Venus in Gemini. There will be tensions in relationships with Mars in a square to Venus. There's tension there. It's a square. We can push through it, right? This is with squares, they are challenging, but we can reach a point of where we can push through a challenge, where we can see like, maybe now's not the time to have this conversation. There's too much going on in your life and in my life. There can also be tensions and frustrations around finance and money. We are talking Venus, love, beauty, money, Mars, action, aggression, frustration, and in a tense aspect, there can be tensions. And so relationships can be feeling like they're going through a point of like, am I done yet? Especially with the South Node, it's where we decide there's something that we're done with. With the new moon in Leo, it's a birth to our fun, pleasure, and romance and a new, fresh beginning. And not just romance, this is like creativity, what makes us happy. What makes you happy is the big question here. And are you confident enough to follow through on what truly, truly makes you happy, regardless of the outside noise? Because the noise is going to be loud. The noise is going to feel like so much of pressure from outside expectations. The world, people, their ideas, misconceptions. Pluto's there. So we can even feel like we're getting jealousy, we're getting animosity, we're getting a power play to be a part of a group that we're not even a part of, to play the role that other people want us to play. You can see this playing out in your relationships, family situations, your work life. What roles are outdated that you now need to step into a new light and be honest with yourself that you want to claim your power in your most confident, most bold, loudest, Leo raw self. This is your moment for confidence. This is your moment for light. And that is how you're going to get where you want to go. New moon and rituals in the sign of Leo. So a new moon in Leo is all about reclaiming your joy, your heart, your passion, and walking your own path, regardless of everyone else. This is not about anybody else. Leo new moon is about you. And this is about your confidence, your bold action, the trust within self, your voice, your power, your strength to evolve regardless of what everyone else says. And I know the pressure is intense with Pluto being in Aquarius to be like everybody else, to do things a certain way. Even though Aquarius rules over our uniqueness and our differences, but there is going to be that tension, especially from others. Pluto is power. Pluto can come across as manipulation. Pluto can come across as deception. Pluto can come across in so many different ways of, depth of connections, meaning that the connections you have around you, now is the moment in time to question, are these connections, inspiring me? Do I feel joy? Do I feel happiness? Or do I feel a disconnect? You need to connect through your heart and your own steps towards the people that are there for you, that are there to support you. So the rituals you can do, definitely a gold candle. You can use this to focus on your inner light, your inner strength, your inner success, your inner confidence. Orange is really great for happiness, joy, and creativity. Crystals that you can use, sunstone. Leo is ruled by the sun, and sunstone is great for self-improvement, empowerment, leadership, as well as carnelian, confidence, creativity, tapping into that energy of your sacral chakra, as well as Black obsidian. This is for protection and grounding. We do have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So this is where we need to ground and protect ourselves from the outside noise so we can focus on ourselves. Now you can use frankincense, essential oils. This is really great for, purifying as well as tapping into your spiritual power. And another one is cinnamon. Cinnamon is really great. So you can really put this in your infuser. This is really great for magnetism, success, seeing the happiness within you. It's also really good for protection, but still maintaining your happiness. Okay. And another good one to use is rose. Rose is really connected to the heart, and Leo is all about our heart, our lion heart. So this is really good and soft and gentle, especially for emotional healing. So these are some of the tools that you can use, especially during this new moon in Leo, to ground yourself, to anchor yourself, to allow yourself to step into the confidence that you require within your life. Great new moon for letting go, people pleasing, or needing to make a certain group of people happy. Leo is a very generous sign. And this is where you can ask yourself, where has your generosity been taken for granted? And really focusing on you. Maybe be generous to you with this Leo new moon. And now we're going to get into the signs. Aries sun, rising, and moon. Now, this new moon is all about your creativity, your passion, your joy, romance, great for entrepreneurs, great for performers, artists. And if you're not an artist or performer, this is really great for your joy, your pleasure, what makes you happy, your inner child, children. Okay, this revolves around children, even conception. This has to do with a new beginning and a fresh start. Now, you really need to focus on planting those seeds when it comes to romance. There can be a need to, maybe rekindle a romance. Mercury is retrograde. You might feel the pull to rekindle a romance. Whether you're in an existing relationship, you might be asking yourself, have we been having, dating, fun? Where's the spark? You will be questioning your romantic connections, what makes you happy, your joy and pleasure. If you have children, this is where you could be starting something new with your children, like doing something different and new. Mercury's retrograde here, so maybe it could be something that you did previously that you pick up once again. There can be some miscommunication and tensions around kids, especially if you are in a relationship with someone else and involves them. There is this tension there. But this is a new moon that's really asking you to set the intentions during this Leo season with the sun in Leo and the new moon about your joy, your pleasure, your happiness. Go out and do something that makes you happy, something that you haven't done in a while, right? Especially with Mercury retrograde, bringing back the past, a hobby, something that really makes you happy. Your heart matters, Aries. This is all about your heart, your joy, your passion. You could also be rethinking your romantic connections in some way, like asking yourself, is this person right for me? Do I want to be with them? What choices do you need to make? This is a new beginning and a fresh start. So if you're getting a new beginning, you got to let go of something that maybe is not really right for you. At the same time, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. There can be some truths within your social dynamics, your friend group, your work group, the family group. Other people can tell you the truth, right? You can also find power plays and power dynamics within your groups that you need to be a certain way, that you need to conduct yourself in a certain way, maybe even conduct your romantic life in a certain way. People will be, because it's Aquarius, and yes, this is about your community, your social circles, and the people that you choose to associate with via choice, it is still where someone wants to say, hey, I feel you should lead your life in this way. I feel you should do this. Ask yourself, is this advice wise? Is it empowering me or is it breaking me? Because at the end of the day, Aries, it is your life to lead, right? And everyone can say that, hey, you're going to make a mistake, but it's your mistake to make, right? It is your choice, your mistake, your right. It is your life. And this is about your joy and pleasure. It got nothing to do with anybody else, nobody's business. And you might even feel these fears to express yourself sexually, express yourself romantically, express yourself creativity, do something that you really want to do, put it on the wall, but you're afraid of maybe the judgment from others, maybe the community you're part of, the people you surround yourself with. This is critique from other people, online and in person. But regardless, Aries, listen, I'm supporting you. You have me, and I'm telling you, go for it. You're a fire sign. This is Leo season. Bring on the fire. Okay, forget the haters and all the people that are saying everything else. Listen, block the noise. The noise doesn't matter. This is about you. Now, Mars obviously is in Virgo with the South Node. You could be suffering with like taking action, maybe feeling like you failed in some way, or feeling like you didn't give it your all. Trust that you did your best. You could also be suffering with burnout, like you exhausted with that square to Venus. It can make conversations and even your mind a bit like you struggling to express yourself, especially with Mars. You're tired, you're exhausted, your health, you're just feeling drained. Drained, tired, exhausted, lacking sleep, and maybe too self-critical about the work that you do and the effort that you put in at the same time. And the North Node is in Pisces, telling you to rest. Saturn is in your sign, telling you to focus on you. A lot of this is about you. You're like focusing on what matters to you and putting in the effort into what matters to you based on what makes you happy. Legit. That's it. Okay, got nothing else to do with anybody else here. So if you're trying to send out a text message or communicate with someone, it's almost like they don't really get it or they don't understand it. Mars there with the South Node can make conversation seem too intense, too harsh. Maybe you being too hard on yourself, so don't do that. And so you could be texting someone, but you're really like criticizing yourself, or they open the door for criticism, especially with communications, negotiations, and so forth like that. I would say don't do it right at this point in time. This is more about focusing on what makes you happy, what gives you joy, maybe even getting some rest, right? You need some sleep. You're tired. You've had a lot happen. Aries, you've had a lot happen this year. Okay, Venus retrograde earlier this year in your sign. Listen, a lot has happened in your sign. That was like in April. Okay, so you've had a lot happen this year to you. It's okay to be feeling like I need a break. I need some time out. And I just need to follow what makes me happy. What's my joy? What's my pleasure? Hobbies are great now. If you had entrepreneurial ideas for businesses, ideas maybe to even change jobs or something, follow through on what makes you happy. You've probably been feeling a long time now, that, hey, what truly makes me happy? Remember, you are ruled by Mars. And Mars retrograde December and earlier this year could have really made you feel flat when it came to following through on your passions. But now's the moment in time with the Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo saying, hey, follow through on what makes you happy. You've been having these ideas since early this year and end of 2024. Go and choose you. Okay. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, obviously, this new moon influences you in a big way. It's a fixed sign. It's happening in the sign of Leo. You're a fixed sign. Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, another fixed sign. Okay. So I would strongly suggest that you be gentle with yourself. This new moon is all about your emotional well-being, your emotional security, your home life, new beginnings and fresh starts. You could have been already thinking about this, or what gives you that emotional security, that emotional happiness. Your emotional pleasure here is very necessary. Now, you could be moving home, renovating your home, decluttering your home. There's often new beginnings and fresh starts within home. Also, new beginnings and fresh starts within family. So maybe, for example, just an example, maybe a family member last year told you about a wedding and now you have to be planning it at this point in time. So it's something you knew about because Mercury is retrograde in Leo. It's old news, but now you need to figure out your plan to do the things and be supportive to your family. And this is going to bring changes to your family, new beginnings and fresh starts over the next coming months, especially because remember, a new moon happens now on the 24th, but we see the fruition of it with the full moon February 1st of 2026. So it's all about your security, your home life, everything that truly matters. This is where you feel safe, secure, and you're seeking out new ways for safety, security. Your home requires expenses as well, doesn't it? It requires bills to be paid. And you'll be asking yourself in new ways in which you can build and provide that security you emotionally need. Now, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, and this is influencing your career. You could feel like you're under surveillance within your career. Employers, people above you, authority figures. So even if you're a business owner and you're renting a space, authority figures are watching you. You know, the landlord or whatever, you feel like they in this power dynamic over you in some way. And you might be seeking a way to break free, to step into your power. Maybe you want to move from that location. You are literally dealing with power plays and power dynamics when it comes to your career, your ambition. So like employers, authority figures, and your reputation. This is the way people perceive you, people's misconceptions about you. Taurus, focus on your joy, focus on what makes you happy, focus on your security. If this is where you are transforming your life, your career is what you are transforming. The way that you step up into leadership roles is what is transforming here. Even truthful moments, truth being revealed from authority figures or even parents, and the parents here are seen also as the authority being revealed, right? If you're in a domineering relationship, that is pretty intense, it will be revealed that this is not great for your heart and emotional security. This is a moment of power. The things that make you feel safe. The things that make a Taurus feel safe is their home, their stability, their wallet, and yes, love. Because they need to have the values, the core values around them. If they feel that it's been compromised in any way, this is the area that you feel you need to transform. And maybe you walk away from that relationship and this influences your reputation from being married to single, dating to single, so forth. But you're choosing what emotionally is right for you. But it's a great new moon for moving home, new beginnings to your home, new beginnings to family, but ideas you've already been having for a while. Now, Mars is in Virgo with the South Node. This is going to bring up some tensions within dating and romantic life. South Node, you are letting it go. Let it go of that relationship. It's like a noose around your neck. Say goodbye. If the relationship is willing to put in the work, it can work. This is like relationships too. This can be a new beginning in a relationship that has been working with you in the most kind and loving nature. Not a relationship that's criticizing you, calling you names, or belittling you or your ideas. This is all about your romance, your pleasure, your joy, your happiness, and you are basically letting go of what you criticize yourself about romantically within your creativity, especially because it's linked to your wallet. Venus is in Gemini. The creative ideas that make you the money. Yes, the creative thought processes that happen in your mind, Taurus, that gets you the bag. You need to. That secures the bag. You need to. Stop criticizing yourself. Let it flow. The North Node is in Pisces. This is encouraging other people to support you through you being less critical of your creative ideas. So if you creatively have an idea when it comes to your resume, do not give in to the criticism of self or others. Just do it. And you will find the support from the job, North Node Pisces, the group of people it requires, which eases the tension of your money. Venus in Gemini. So you're dealing with these tensions within job and in love for you. And if a relationship ain't giving you what you need, Taurus, isn't giving you the stability that you need, it's okay to walk away. Okay? Sometimes Tauruses can be stuck in a situation longer than they need to due to their need for stability. But do check, obviously, if the relationship can be worked on or if it's time to call it quits. Let me know your placements down below in the comments. I will respond to you. Where's your Taurus sun? What do you have with it? What's going on in your chart, and how are you feeling about this new moon, and what new beginnings and fresh starts are you seeing happen within your life, and what journey have you been on since December of 2024. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, this new moon is exciting. It's all about your mind, ideas, communication, and needing to speak and express yourself. You want to share your voice. You are also going to be accepting new contracts, deals, especially something that you've been working on previously. Okay, because Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Leo, influencing this area of life. So if you've been working on some contract deal, you could see that coming in with this new moon, okay, within Leo season as well. You can also see like people texting you from the past, old communications coming back, people thinking about you, maybe you thinking about them. And this is the new moon where you want to express yourself. You're finding your voice and confidence within your voice, the confidence within ideas that you have. Now, this is the area of life that deals with negotiations, contracts, deals, neighbors. So maybe you might be even moving neighborhoods or thinking about moving neighborhoods. You could be thinking about the errands that you need to do, because it's also about your errands, your day-to-day, like things that you need to, get done, as well as emails that you need to send out, communications, or in feeling the need to communicate, the area of also relatives and, communicating with relatives as well. Also short distance trips and learning. You might have had an idea to learn something. You might have had an idea to take a little mini vacation, a road trip. This is all bringing in that energy of vacations, trips, and ideas you've had. And this new moon is saying, follow your joy, your passion. You need to do it and you need to communicate. Now, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius opposite you. Your beliefs might be limiting you, or the beliefs of others. Other people's opinions might be stifling your need to express yourself. And there's a deep need to communicate. There's a deep need to share your ideas. There's a deep need to teach, to write, to share. Start now, because you will reap the rewards February 1st of 2026 with the full moon in Leo. Find your voice now. Find your courageous heart to express yourself. And you might find it weird that Gemini is struggling with this. But listen, Pluto's busy over there in Aquarius opposing you. Beliefs, opinions of others might not meet the standard of others. A fear of other people's beliefs and opinions of your ideas and what changes you want to make within your life. Fears of how other people, understand you, misunderstand you, misinterpret you. There's this big fear of beliefs that is holding you back. And this is where you need to transform. Those are outdated beliefs. Maybe those fears around those beliefs of others and other people's opinions and different beliefs and different perspectives. You are shifting your perspective. Even your own perspective on you and your communication might be skewed right now, because this is where you need to reclaim your power and just say what you need to say. You're a Gemini anyways. You know what I mean? People like it, don't like it. Beliefs here is big. There can also be tensions, like with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius with legal matters. There can be so if you are a Gemini and you have tensions there, legal matters, or having tensions when it comes to, are you smart enough? It's strange little things that are small but can become big if you let them. And I feel you definitely have the heart to get over it. Now, Mars with the South Node is in Virgo, and this is creating tensions again within family, home situations. You might decide to move home, or there could be tensions with the landlord, tensions within the home, tensions with roommates or family, anyone that you share living space with, or anyone that your heart has been given to. There's some tensions here because of the South Node. It's purging out where you're too critical of your emotional self. You see the thing about Gemini? Gemini is very analytical and an air sign. When it comes to emotions, they're suppressed. They then let their emotions out, like after a while, and it can come off like anxiety or stress or tension, like uncontrollable emotion that is coming out. Either can be anger or sadness, but it is a suppression of emotion with Virgo there, because you want to keep your emotions all in a little pretty box, organized, but emotions aren't meant to be organized. They're messy. So this is tensions within family, messy situations here, and you're kind of like clearing out and being too emotionally critical of yourself. There can also be a tension between family and how they see you. Venus and Gemini. So it's you, your sense of expression, your sense of style, how you make money, what you do with your life, what makes you happy. Choose you. North Node in Pisces. This is all about your reputation and finding the support from the right type of people. It's your career, it's your ambitions, it's your legacy. And your legacy is something that you build over time and you be remembered for. And what does that mean? Choosing you. Okay, choosing you, your voice, and what you want to do. This is great for writing projects. If you want to write a book, if you want to teach a course, if you want to learn something, if you just want to take a vacation, you have the right to do so. And I'm with you on it. Now do let me know your placements down below in the comments, as well as share how this new moon is influencing you. What new ideas, what communications do you need to say, regardless of the opinions, beliefs? How can you stand in your most authentic power when it comes to communication and ideas? And how can you emotionally let go of what has been keeping you stuck for far too long? The South Node is where we are just letting it go. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This new moon is happening in the sign of Leo, and Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Leo. So you are rethinking your money, your values, right? Conflicts, tensions, even information can come through about your money. Maybe like an old bill that you didn't thought you'd paid or thought someone else paid. Now the bill's on you. This could also be like rethinking money choices. You know, I wouldn't suggest being the time to buy anything new. This new moon is all about finding your confidence when it comes to your value, your skills, your sense of self-worth, so you can boost your income. Can you get new streams of income? Yes, especially if you've been working on it prior. You can get that stream of income that you've been working on prior come through to you. Prior to the retrograde, it can come through. If someone owed you money too, it can come through during this Leo season for you. So this is about your money, as you can gather, right? Now, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. This can be power dynamics over money, your money, shared money. This can be power dynamics from an intimate relationship, and it doesn't only have to be physical, or it can be physical and also emotionally vulnerable. Someone you either shared your body with or shared your heart with, your emotional self. You know, you tell the secrets when you're vulnerable. There's two types of vulnerability: the physical vulnerability and the emotional vulnerability. Okay, so anyone that you emotionally connect in this deep way. And there's also fear about financial instability, fear around losses financially. This is all happening within your subconscious. It's submerging fear of your relationship betrayals and money betrayals when it comes to finances. Can also be professional betrayals, like maybe you worked in a company previously in the past and it didn't pay you what you deserved or what you needed, or did you wrong financially. You know, have that employer that overworked you but didn't pay you. Or you had that situation with that relationship that took advantage of you financially in some way. Okay, Cancer, so a lot of fears of the past and what's happening now is coming through when it comes to your money. You are letting that go. This is now the moment in time to step in your most confident self when it comes to your skills, your talents. Redo that resume, you know, go for that job, step into your most powerful self. You can really claim your financial power here. But it's going to have to come with purging out fears and setting some healthy boundaries when it comes to your money and your income. This can also be you looking at your budget and seeing where everything is going. You're gaining clarity when it comes to finances and intimacy. You might even decide to let go of connections that you feel are either financially draining or emotionally draining, because when we're emotionally drained, we are not showing value towards ourselves. So how can we earn more? You're clearing out the old and stepping into the new. Now, Mars is retrograde in the sign of Virgo. Okay, and it's with the South Node. You are mentally being too hard on yourself. This is like complete self-criticism and overthinking and overanalyzing, and you just are going back and forth. And it's in a square to Venus in Gemini, and this is behind you. So this is where you could be feeling stressed and overwhelmed when it comes to money, finances, income, or even romantic relationships, especially private romantic relationship matters. There's like this emotional turmoil that's happening behind the scenes, and a need to release and let go of the past. North Node in Pisces is telling you to embrace new opportunities and expand and grow. And this is going to come through having faith, trusting and surrendering, and not overthinking. Your mind is doing more harm. Mars is here with the South Node. You are overthinking and you're aggressively doing it. You're aggressively analyzing yourself. This can also come across as harsh communications and words towards self and others, and there's tensions. I would suggest if there's any relationship connections, because it's communication here, please do let that connection go. Cut the cord, say goodbye, walk away. Do not put yourself in these situations where you're feeling powerless to the voice and opinions of others, okay? You need to be much kinder to yourself mentally and less hard on yourself. So this is like the idea of maybe wanting a raise, but feeling that you're not going to get it or you don't deserve it. Pluto in Aquarius, the dominant power, other people's money, maybe the boss is holding the purse strings and you're feeling like, I'm not going to get it. If you're not going to get it here, go elsewhere. Make that change for yourself, right? Go where you can get it. You're valuable, you're skilled, you're talented. Trust in you. This is about finding confidence within your money through valuing yourself. This is by choosing people too, whether whoever you work with or where you're working, even if you're dealing with clients here, make sure that they value your time and your energy. This is not about being taken advantage of, feeling that you're in a power play with clients and you just need to sell yourself short and compromise. It's not about that. This is Leo energy. It's bold, it's direct, and it's all about your finances. And this new moon that's happening in Leo is in a harmonious aspect to Saturn in Aries, which is your career. So you can really, through hard work and discipline that you have been putting in over the past couple of months, you can really receive an opportunity that comes through for you. But if you're not seeing the opportunity, there is now the moment here with all the other aspects telling you, Mars and Virgo, South Node, ending a contract, ending a communication, walking away from something, as well as Pluto in Aquarius, 8th house, other people's money that's not being invested into you, right? You are walking away from those financial situations that are holding you back, but not to say that the cancers that have been working and putting in the grit and the grind will be securing new opportunities financially within Leo season, and it can definitely come through for you. Put in the F and the energy now. You will reap the rewards. February 1st, 2026, okay? You will see that growth coming through in your life. That's what it means. When we start with the new moon, we see the growth coming forth over the next coming months until February. Okay. So this is all about you. Do let me know what's happening for you with this new moon. What is coming up for you? What experiences are you having? And share your placements, and I'd love to respond to you. Leo sun, moon, and rising. Happy birthday to my Leo suns. The seeds that you plant now with this new moon, the intentions that you set, and you continue working with it throughout Leo season, you will reap the rewards. You will celebrate the success when it comes to February 1st of 2026. See how new moons and full moons work. We have the new moon and then the full moon happens 6 months later. And that's when we reap the rewards. What we start now, we complete then. See, either we decide like, oh, I'm done with this. Or either we now, this is where I want to be. And it keeps on growing, right? We celebrate the success of the work we've put forth. So now with this new moon, you are now rebranding yourself, your identity, your goals. It's all about you, Leo, right? You are the star, you are the light, you are the sun, and you are taking up space, and it's about you taking up space. So if you think about changing your wardrobe, changing your hairstyle, doing something different to how you appear, maybe changing the way you present yourself, going after a job that gives you a different role, right? A promotion, that's a new reputation, a new branding of self, and it's going to change. And the change starts on the inside, how you feel within, the confidence and the light you feel within you. This is all about your confidence. Now, Pluto is retrograde opposite you. There is a lot of power plays, power dynamics hitting Leo. Now, Mars in retrograde December 2024 in the sign of Leo. And Leo's been dealing with a lot. Other people projecting anger. That happened earlier this year and we dealt with it, end of 2024 and earlier this year. Leo has been feeling exhausted, burnt out, and been dealing with a lot of other people projecting a lot onto them, right? You've basically been the trash can for other people's misery. A lot of people, you had to set some healthy boundaries. Now Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is going to show you the relationships that are involved in power plays, power dynamics. Truths can be revealed about your relationships, and this is going to change the way that you see yourself. See, it's more jealousy. Yeah, this is Pluto. Pluto is intense jealousy. It's intense passion, obsession. People that want control and domination, and it's going to come through manipulation. This is where, and it can be online. It doesn't only have to be a person, it can be a community, because this is Aquarius. Aquarius rules over community. So you can feel like, I want to rebrand myself, I want to present myself in a different way, I want to put my art out there, I want to create something new, I want to go after a new goal. This is about your goals, okay? New moon in your sign, your goals, your dreams. Now you are having all these visions, but other people might be stopping you. Power plays, power dynamics, putting you down, jealousy, manipulation, maybe make you feel bad about you. Baby, step into your power. You rule by the sun. You are royalty. Know your worth. Know that you are the light. See, Pluto is the lord of the underworld. It's happening in Aquarius retrograde. There's darkness that's coming from other people right now. Do not let that dim your light. You heard? That is it. It is that simple. No dimming of your light, Leo. And you're going to need to remember this, like, remember it like all the way, okay? All the way. The more you do that, the more you gain power within these connections and the people and the situations around you. Yes, this is about power because Pluto is power, and you can become very powerful within your relationships if you don't let those relationships and connections dim that light of yours. Okay, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Mars in Virgo with the South Node in Virgo, this can show up as very critical, over analyzing your money, the money earning that you have, the money within the bank account, the money that you get from the ATM, you're very critical of the money that you're earning. South Node here is trying to tell you to let go of old ways when it comes to your money. Maybe you might be like letting go of the way you used to make money, or going back to a way you used to make money. The South Node sometimes can bring up the past, something that worked for you, not didn't work for you, obviously. And it's in square to Venus and Gemini. So you're getting the love too from people. Venus is in Gemini. This is your social circles and interactions. You're still getting the love. You're still getting the support. But, it's almost, you might ask yourself, what is this costing me? Is it taking away from you? Like, if it's making you feel it's costing you too much. So it's like, yeah, I'll give you the support, but, it's like getting a collaboration deal, but they sell you down on your price. Okay? It's like that. It's like, or you get the job at the company, but they're trying to negotiate you at a lower rate or something like that. It's that kind of energy. It could be the relationship that wants to be with you, but they're criticizing you and making you feel devalued. Okay, that type of energy. Because this is Venus, it's love, it's money, it's relationships. This can be like you getting the support with Venus here. So it's not all bad, okay? Leo, you still loved. There's a lot of love coming through with Venus and Gemini. But ask yourself with the square, what is it costing me? Where's the boundary and what needs to change? Like, are you saying that we need to be in a relationship, but I need to da-da-da-da-da? No. Okay, it ain't gonna work. Are you saying that I need to join this company, but you want to, lower my rate? Ask yourself, does it make you feel worthy? Except when you feel worthy of those type of things. This is also with the North Node being in Pisces, telling you that there are people that want to invest in you. There are people that will love you for you, right? That's destiny calling you forth into a new direction with opportunities for intimacy, finances, where other people do see the value in you. You're just going to have to learn to say no to what you don't want. And this comes with rebranding yourself, because when you're rebranding yourself, say to yourself, you're going after goals, you're rebranding your appearance, how you appear, how you present yourself, the roles that you want, the promotions that you want, the ambitions, the creations. You're rebranding. And through that rebrand comes like, what do I need to say no to, and what's keeping me stuck, so I can have this new adventure within my life? Now, let me know down below in the comments, what's showing up for you with this new moon? What new direction are you taking? And let me know your placements, and I'll respond to you. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Now, Virgo, this is the final new moon before we start kicking off that energy of, the new beginnings and the fresh starts to you. Okay? So next is your season. There's going to be a new moon in August in sign of Virgo. South Node, non-eclipse, but a new moon nonetheless. And it's giving us a bit of a taste of what's to come when we have that solar eclipse in September 21st in your sign. Okay, so there's something new happening in you. But before you get there, you need rest, because the burnout is real. Okay, a new moon in Leo is telling you sleep, rest, spiritual alignment, meditation, isolation. Don't talk to everybody else. You need to spend some time by yourself. Only the people that emotionally that you feel close to share your private matters with, you can, right? It's a great time to thinking about therapy, counseling, life coaching, anything spiritual related. So you can decide, I want to take up a spiritual course, or I want to visit a spiritual teacher. I need some spiritual guidance in my life. This is where you're making those choices. You could also feel, because Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, I got to work, but I'm so tired. I feel invisible, but I'm so tired. Power plays and power dynamics come across when it's co-workers and in your work situation. In stream, like jealousy, tensions, and also like And remember, it's Pluto, so it's all undertone and hidden. But you can see it with this new moon. You're very clear that there's a power dynamic. You're feeling invisible. You burnt out. You're asked to do much. You're asked to take on too much. Your health requires attention, because health-wise, you're feeling drained physically, mentally, emotionally. If you need to seek help from a professional, please do. Take care of your stomach and gut. You could be feeling just so wounded up in knots and anxiety. This new moon is saying, please sleep, rest, take a vacation. Okay? You need a vacation. You need to escape. You want to escape. You need to escape, Virgo. This is saying you need to escape the hustle and bustle. The world will keep moving if you take a break. And it's saying take a break. Mars is in Virgo with the South Node. Your ability to take action right now is kind of like being stopped and purged and drained right out of you. You need to stop. This is stop. South Node is you've been taking action a certain way. You've been planning everything, organizing everything, helping everyone, doing everything, thinking about everything, thinking about you and how you can improve yourself and being critical of yourself. South Node is saying, just stop. Just stop. And then Venus in Gemini is in your career with the square, right? So you want to take action when it comes to your career, but it feels like you're getting nowhere. You're not getting where you want to go, or you're not being seen. The authority is not seeing your efforts. And I promise you, Virgo, it's going to be okay. You're going to secure that money. You're going to secure that bag. It's going to be okay. You just need a break for now. The break ain't forever. It's just for now. And let me tell you, you've been going through so much. Let's be honest here. That Mars retrograde in Leo, December of 2024, and then we had Mars in Leo this year, really tested you when it came to burnout and exhaustion. You could have had some accidents. You could have had some things happen that basically caused you to stop. The South Node Virgo is saying you physically, your body, your action, your goals right now are being purged out. You're being too hard on yourself. North Node's in Pisces. This is destiny towards divine partnerships, personally and professionally, that are here to support you on this journey. So the supportive relationships are great. The relationships that you feel are lacking that support, you're really sitting there and saying, oh my goodness, I can't do it all no more. I can't be running the show, taking care of business, being unseen, slaving away, offering services and being No, you're nobody's slave. And this new moon is a new beginning to your sense of spiritual self that needs rest, rejuvenation. Your spirit needs rest. Your spirit needs rest. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're human. You're not a machine. You're not here to take care and overextend yourself to everybody and be of service, because you're the most helpful person in the world. Ending out and closing out situations is very necessary. That is draining and grinding your gears. You're closing and walking away from those cycles. You were done with the old. You're embracing the new. You are stepping into a more powerful self. When your spiritual self feels refueled, aligned, you clearing out emotional baggage too. There could be relationships and tensions and people projecting frustrations onto you. You're just done. You're done, and you need a moment to self. And this new moon is a fresh start. It's so spiritual. It's so healing. It's so a restoring of faith, because it's when you're not doing everything for everyone else that you can connect to your higher self, that you can see the divine helping you through your life and paving a way forward for you for your season that's to come very, very soon. Yes, we are in Leo season, but next is your season. So it's very important that you do this. Take Leo season as your chance to take a break, take a holiday, disconnect from the internet, do the things necessary for your healing. Solitude is your requirement. Burnout is real. And if you push yourself too hard, you're just going to feel yourself crumbling, and you're just going to feel not seen, because people are not seeing your efforts now. They're just not, Now, with Venus in Gemini, you can reap the financial rewards from your career, but it's not through effort. It's through by honoring your needs first and foremost. Okay, now let me know down below in the comments how this resonates with you, what new beginnings you are having when it comes to rest, retreat, vacation, spirituality, as well as are you ready for your season, and I will respond to you. Libra sun, moon, and rising. Now, this new moon is all about collaboration, networking, social circles, interactions, friend groups. You could be invited to a lot of different events, invited to a lot of different occasions. Invites come through in Leo season for you. People want to connect you, collaborate with you, work with you online and in person. It's also about your future wishes and dreams, and you'll be asking yourself, what can you do to move towards those things? Remember, it's vitally important that you do so. Mercury retrograde here, rethinking things. So ideas that you previously had once, your social circles, interactions, and how you move forward. If there's any tensions or conflicts, you're asking yourself, hey, do I belong here? Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is influencing romance, creativity, fun, and pleasure. You are connecting to people, but you might feel ashamed or fearful when it comes to your art, your creation, and sharing what makes you happy. Anything creatively. It's like you almost feel like you don't want to stand out in some way, and you kind of like blocking your own success. You feel like whether you're too much in love and in passion and in creativity, or whether you are standing out too much. There's a big question here. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is going to show you the truth about relationships. They can come through your friends too. Your friends might tell you the truth. Something connecting to your friends or either the social groups that you surround yourself with. Truth is being revealed to you within these interactions with others about romantic connections. They can be, a shame about having fun, pleasure, joy. This is what you are releasing and letting go of, okay? This is where you're clearing it all out. Now, we do have Mars in Virgo conjunct the South Node in Virgo, right? And this is like you are being so hard on yourself. It's almost like you're limiting yourself from what Venus is in Gemini. This influences like your expansion, your growth, your free spirit, adventure, higher education, learning, traveling, the things that basically set our spirit free. Beliefs of what you can achieve, and it's almost like your subconscious is holding you back. You're over criticizing yourself. You want to play it safe and small. This new moon is telling you to stop playing it safe and small. If you want to stand out in a crowd, do so. If you want to take up a leadership role, do so. This is a new moon in Leo, right? Leadership, influencing others, because it is your communities online in person. So if you want to go and start like a social media and step up into leadership, do so. If you want to do anything you want to do so. You are not supposed to be afraid to take up space. If there's a relationship or romantic interest or childhood fear holding you back, cut that away from your mind and expand and grow. Venus and Gemini wants you to. There can be tensions with the South Node of things you need to let go, especially with Mars, old anger, old frustration, people kind of criticizing you that's made you angry with yourself, or other people being angry with you and criticizing you, making you think of, the past and when you were criticized. It's stirring some deep wounds here with Mars and Virgo and the South Node behind you. It's really stirring up the subconscious in the area that needs healing. It's churning it. How are you criticizing you? Who's criticizing you? What angry words are people using towards you? How are they talking to you and making those, those remarks, those snide remarks, those snark remarks that really twist you within and make you doubt yourself and stopping you from growing? Grow, Libra. Take up space. You're only going to get the collaboration, the networking. You're only going to join the communities, whether it's a firm you want to join or a different type of community, online and in person, by you taking up space. It's not going to come from you playing it small. You've played it small. You've always doubted your creative efforts, and I mean the creative ideas. So even if you're an accountant, yes, you have creative ideas. If you're a lawyer, it's creative ideas. Libra is extremely creative, especially in terms of communication, ideas, and the way they express themselves, and even the arts. But let me tell you, even if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a physician, you are creative within that mind. But there's no time to play it small right now. North Node in Pisces. Destined work opportunities align for you when you don't play it small. When you remember who you are, Libra. Let me know down below in the comments, what new things are you doing with collaboration, networking, and the dreams you have for your future self in the comments, and comment your placements, and I will respond to you. This is leadership roles, Libra. You best prepare to lead. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, so this new moon is all about your career, your goals, opportunities to take up space, step up into leadership, ambitions. You could get a promotion within Leo season, especially with this new moon kickstarting this energy. Opportunities want to come to you. You could also get ideas about new career opportunities. Maybe you want to change jobs. Maybe you are thinking, maybe I should try elsewhere, right? Doing those things to boost your career, your goals, your ambitions. If you are retired, this is still about your legacy and sense of purpose. So ask yourself, what is my purpose and legacy? This is how the world sees you and what you'll be remembered for. So you are really focusing on, what do I want to step up into as a retired person and as one that's still working when it comes to your career, goals, ambitions, and career. You've been focusing a lot on this though, Scorpio. Mars retrograde 2024 of December brought up a lot of tensions within career, and Mars came back into Leo this year, which brought up a lot more tensions within career. Mercury is currently retrograde. So you are going to, or would have been having ideas when it came to your career throughout 2025, from late 2024 into 2025. So now is the time to see, either you are getting those opportunities or what changes you need to make to get those opportunities. You would have been given ideas through those retrogrades already with Mars, because you are ruled by Mars, about the action necessary to take when it comes to career and what boundaries and what changes you need to make. The Mercury retrograde is reiterating that, telling you that, hey, you are able to step up into leadership. You are able to step up into that role. Now, Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius, power plays and power dynamics are coming from home, family, and emotional well-being. You might feel like you're not deserving of roles. You're not deserving of that promotion. There could be this sense of emotional, that comes from childhood experiences here, because this is the area of Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius rules over your home, your family, your early upbringing. Past experiences that emotionally are being triggered with opportunities, or you thinking of new ideas, but you're feeling like you don't have the emotional security. You don't believe in yourself. You're feeling like emotionally, I don't think I can do it. I remember this time when I was younger and this happened. Step into your power, transform that. Pluto is transformation. You're also ruled by Pluto in modern astrology. Step into your power. Let go of that. See that as why you're going to be great. Okay? That's how Scorpio does it. It's like, you know what? You tell me I'm not, I am going to show you something and I'm going to do it. This is where you can really reclaim your power. Mars in Virgo, South Node in Virgo. There's a lot of tensions within your social interactions. Square Venus in Gemini, right? You could find, and you're going to ask yourself this, does my interactions with others feel transactional? Are people getting something off of me? What are they getting off of me? Am I the friend who has to always give them the empowerment? Am I the supportive role, and they're the main character? Which is not something that happens to Scorpio, but Scorpio sometimes gets around people that really drains them, meaning puts them in situations where they're the ones that are giving more than they're receiving, either financially or emotionally. And if it's taxing you financially, say goodbye to it. This is where you could feel like tensions within your finances, tensions within your romantic connections, tensions that are keeping you stuck, right? Also, when it comes to your sense of value, this is Venus in Gemini, and it's telling you that you need to see that you are someone worthy of people investing in, and not sell yourself short and surround yourself around people that take from your energy, your time, or your money. There is this tensions between money and maybe the company too that you work in. Think of it as a social interaction. It can be a friend, but it can also be a company because it is a community. And maybe this is influencing your finances in some way. You feel as if they're not investing in you enough. Ask yourself what changes you need to make in order to accept new opportunities. Do share your placements down below, as well as let me know what's unfolding for this new moon for you, because there is a lot of success that wants to come your way, Scorpio. New roles, new opportunities, new way to set the standards for leadership in your life. And let me know if you can see that happening. Have you been having these ideas, and what do you want? Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Take a trip. Adventure, travel. This is great for new beginnings when it comes to travel, adventure, publications, anything like that, or either higher education. So you could decide, like, I just want to study something further, I want to master it, or you can become the teacher. This is all about your beliefs, and new beliefs are coming through for you, and you can learn about new beliefs through connecting to different people, cultures, backgrounds. You could pick up a book and learn or read something that shifts your mindset and it helps you expand and grow. So it's not just about planning vacations. Yes, vacations, traveling, wanting to have an adventure, but your mind with Sagittarius can also take an adventure. If you are dealing with any legal battles, get all your ducks in a row when it comes to facts and details, because some facts and details could be hidden. So make sure that you have everything clearly on the table. Step into your power when it comes to your authentic voice. There can be some judgment from others. People might be a bit more judgy of you. There can be some jealousy and envy through communication and the people that you communicate with. They're kind of giving you the side eye while you're living your best life, because this new moon is all about you living your best life. Okay? It's all about travel, trips, adventures, higher education. It's about setting your spirit free, and you definitely need this. And with Pluto in Aquarius, either you are mentally having a lot of heavy thoughts, or other people are communicating and triggering past emotional patterns. Power plays and power dynamics within communication. Set healthy boundaries. Mars in Virgo conjunct the South Node in Virgo. And the tensions are brewing when it comes to your career. This is where you feel like you're not having the freedom. And this is why I think this new moon is telling you to embrace freedom. What do you need to do that? Because Mars in Virgo conjunct the South Node in Virgo is really, really influencing your career, your goals. You could be feeling stuck. You could feel like you're overworked. You could feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. This is about freedom. What gives you freedom? Okay? See, Virgo is all about the routine, the mundane, the day-to-day, getting everything organized. But here you are seeking absolute freedom. You want to break free of that. And with Venus and Gemini, it has to do with your relationships too. What relationships are keeping you stuck personally and professionally? Where can you seek out new contracts? What is emotionally fulfilling you with the North Node in Pisces? Your emotional fulfillment is key to your success right now. And not just your emotional fulfillment, your intuition is on point like nobody's business. You need to listen to your intuition, you need to trust and surrender and trust your emotional well-being. With the North Node, you could be thinking about what emotional changes do you need to make? What stability can you give to your home and family life? What do you need to do to secure your home and family life? South Node Virgo is purging out old identification with career. The role that you play, the things that you do needs to change. It needs to shift. Something new wants to come through, right? This is like you fear being too much or too scattered to be taken seriously, but you can be. It's about leadership roles. This is how you also are perceived by others and your relationships. And you feel like there's a scrutiny on your reputation from others. Mercury retrograde in Leo is telling you to revisit an old place that you once went away to, right? Go learn that old course that you were learning, or, re-look at things, your beliefs, the patterns. Maybe connect to a friend from far away that lives in a different country and have a conversation. This is all about freeing yourself, Sagittarius, and freedom is key here to your success and your emotional security. So this Leo season, travel, learn something, talk to someone from a different, perspective or culture, seek new experiences. Even though Mercury is retrograde in Leo, yes, check and double check the details when you travel, when you're doing all the things, but you might revisit an old place, a historical place, maybe a place you've visited before, or it could even be a historical place. It gives you a new insight, a newfound inspiration, because you are seeking inspiration. There's too much happening within your connections and relationships, especially because of Venus being in Gemini and, influencing your reputation. There can be critiques coming through with your personal and professional relationships, but you are now moving towards something brand new. South Node Virgo, when it comes to your career and your reputation, how people see and perceive you, says that you are letting go of outdated ways of being. and you're seeking a freer way, something that is more emotionally fulfilling to you. So let me know down below, what are you experiencing with this new moon? How can you expand and grow? Are you thinking about teaching, publications? What new ideas are you wanting to set your spirit free? And I will respond to you and share your placements as well. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Now, this new moon is influencing intimacy, finances, especially joint finances, and anything to do with inheritances, taxes, loans, even death. This is the area of death. It's the area of transformation, fears, secrets as well. So this new moon can be very revealing for you. Mercury's retrograde here, so you could get a lot of revelations, truth about yourself, truth about your own psychology, as well as truth about others. Now, with this new moon, you can accept and receive new opportunities, especially if you've been working on it for a while, right? So you might meet someone new. Maybe you've known them for a while, but now maybe you decide to date and be intimate. Or you could also see yourself getting a new financial opportunity. Maybe a loan comes through, an inheritance comes through, other people's money, the people that want to invest in you wants to come through. This is where you can see that coming through. And I remember Mars went retrograde in the sign of Leo December 6th, and then Mars came back into Leo this year, and there was a lot of tensions, especially for you Capricorn. When Mars retrograde in Cancer and Leo, it brought a lot of tensions to, especially earlier this year, tensions in relationships, tensions within intimacy, tensions within finances, banking, bank accounts, inheritances, loans, insurances. Yes, insurances. If an accident happened, insurance would need to pay out, or whether you had insurance, didn't have insurance, did you have savings? All of those things came up for you. This new moon is all about a new beginning and a fresh start. So what have you been working on since then with the Mercury retrograde to rectify the challenges you endured with the Mars retrogrades? Okay? It's telling you that opportunities want to come to you in this Leo season, and you can expect to see opportunities financially. And if you're not, it's asking you, hey, what is emotionally keeping you stuck? What psychologically is keeping you stuck? See, there is this ability to want to grow financially, merge with someone else, accept that business contract. But Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius, so there is a sense of I'm going to lose control in some way. I'm going to lose control of my values. I'm going to lose control of my money. So if you and I get a shared bank account, or if I share money with you, or if you loan me money, does my money have the stability it requires? Like, is my money been unstable this year with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius and that instability about financial insecurity about the money that I earn? Can you loan me? Can you give to me? Can you invest in me? Can I receive this business contract? Because maybe my sense of self-worth is telling me, I don't know, right? I don't know if I can. Do I value myself? Like this is like the area of value, sense of self-worth with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And you got to check yourself when it comes to your sense of self-worth. Like, are you devaluing yourself? Are you selling yourself short? Are you joining and merging with someone where you're selling yourself short, whether it's a business or a company or a person intimately? Because it is the area of business partnerships and intimate relationships. See, this is where we bond with people. This is where we give something to people and we get something back. And you're asking yourself, hey, like, what fears do I have around my income? Has it been unstable this year? So if I take this loan, will it work out for me? Or if I receive this from you, will it work out? If we join finances, does it work out? There can be power plays and power dynamics when it comes to money and income, either from other people as well. So watch for that. Truth will be revealed when it comes to your finances here this month. Now, Mars is retrograde. Sorry, Mars is not retrograde. I take that back. Mars is in Virgo with the South Node in Virgo, in a square to Venus in Gemini. And this is like asking you, Capricorn, do you feel you need to work hard all the time in order to enjoy pleasure in life? You are not enjoying pleasure, because Mars is in Virgo is all about work, routine, the beliefs you have about, and these are strong beliefs, and you can be even rigid too about your routine when it comes to work and duties and obligations and how much you're putting in. Mars here is like, I gotta go all in. I have beliefs that I need to work it hard. I gotta put in the effort. I gotta do everything I need to do. And maybe you're stuck in certain patterns and beliefs that are keeping you stuck, depriving you of the pleasures square to Venus and Gemini in life, love, money, enjoyment. There could be also tensions between beliefs and romance. Maybe you and your partner have different beliefs and you need to sit with your partner and say, hey, where do you stand and where do I stand? And how can we make this work? And if these beliefs are so different, do we still stand together, right? So this is all where you are seeing yourself intimately with others and financially, and what has been keeping you stuck from the pleasure. See, Venus and Gemini wants to give you the money for the services and work and skills that you have, right? But you ask the question here, Capricorn. Do you feel that you got to give it your all the time? See, this is not forever. The South Node year, which will only remain until July of 2026, is just saying, press the brakes and ask yourself, have you been too hard on yourself? Are you pushing yourself too hard? Where do you need to hold back? Where are you putting pressure on you? And is the pressure that you believe you need to have doing you any good? And how is it taking away from your self-care, your routine, your pleasure, your enjoyment? Is it depriving you of your health and your wellness? Right? So step into your power, choose your joy and pleasure, choose to get the money for the work that you do, but don't be so hard on yourself to get there. South Node Virgo is changing the way you take action and approach to your work by shifting your belief systems. There's also maybe you are frustrated and you haven't taken a vacation or taken a break in a long time. Take a break. And if you're the Capricorn that took the break, well done to you, because you're embracing the sweetness of life. And when you embrace the sweetness of life and say yes, you receive more sweetness. You receive more bounties from the world and the universe. Because trust me, with that new moon in Leo, yes, new opportunities for new investments want to come to you emotionally and financially, but you got to be open to receive. Let me know down below your placements. What are you experiencing during this new moon? How is it playing out in your chart? What are your placements? And I will respond to you down below in the comments. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Now, this new moon is all about new beginnings and fresh starts to your relationships, yeah? Personally and professionally, new connections. And an existing connection can go to the next level. This is where we get married, move in, we do something new together. New is where you're heading, right? Maybe we get engaged. Maybe things deepen in some way. Mercury retrograde, you're reevaluating these connections. Past connections and exes can come back into your life though, so watch out for that. Ask yourself, has there been growth here or has there been none? No growth, don't move forth with it. If there's growth, see. I don't believe Mercury retrogrades are bad for getting back together with exes. In fact, they give you the closure that you need. They're healing. Or they can tell you that, hey, we both evolved. We're at the right place. Let's get back together. See where you at. Make the decision though once Mercury goes direct on the 11th of August and thereafter. Okay. So that being said, this is all about your relationships, personally, professionally, your friendships. New associations want to come into your life. That's a given. All these new connections that you have, the connections you already have, want to go to the next level. Pluto retrograde in your sign, Mercury retrograde in Leo. All truths will be revealed about you and your relationships. That's a given. Pluto year, it's not about secrets. Everything is revealed about you too. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, and it's where now Aquarius is going into the darkness to face themselves and ask themselves a question with the retrograde base. Where do I give my power away and what leads me to do it? Where do I need something within this connection that I feel I need to give? Right, that's deep. It's like, yes, this person lied to me and manipulated me, but what in me? What in me, gave my power away before the deception occurred? You are finding your power. Aquarius, you are stepping up into your most powerful self. And in order to do so, you gotta tear down aspects of your life, your whole identity. Do you know what your identity is? Your home, your career, your idea, how you make money, who you are. You are changing. You are seeing the truth about you. And the truth about you is that, you know what? I am powerful. You know what? I can be a great leader. You know what? I can be in a connection and still be powerful. And the only relationships that do survive will embrace your power, will embrace your rawness, your authenticness, and the power that you're in, will be there and accept you as you are. No questions asked. A relationship that disses you and doesn't accept you as you are, Aquarius, will be very clear, personally and professionally, or a frenemy. It's clear. You show them the door. And you've been dealing with a lot in your relationships. Let's talk about December of 2024. Mars retrograde in Leo. Mars came back majority of early this year. in Leo. The tensions that you've been dealing with within your relationships with that Mars retrograde was a lot of frustration and tensions, co-workers, other people during this year. And this new moon is like a new beginning and a fresh start, and it's a Mercury retrograde, so some reminiscence of the past can come back, especially if it hasn't been healed. But it's telling you, hey, a new way of connecting, a new opportunity for connections is coming through. Ones that can embrace your power. And if that relationship does embrace your power, whether it's a friend, a lover, yes, it goes on to success. You see yourself successful, you embrace your power. Remember, Pluto is not only just the lord of the underworld. It's also known as the wealthy one. It's where we find our power and find our wealth, our success, right? All the best treasures are hidden underground. All the gems, everything, precious metals, you name it. And this is where you're going. And it might seem sometimes dark and not a place you want to be, but there is so much of prosperity there that you find hidden gems and you see yourself and you claim your success. Now, Mars is with the South Node in Virgo. Okay, and the North Node's in Pisces. So you are basically purging out old ways of intimacy. Hidden fears can come up here. Venus is in Gemini, so romantic connections. A lot of romantic connections can bring up hidden fears and trigger you. Triggering situations, truth being revealed, having to set up boundaries, especially in romantic connections. This can also be you seeing where you're too critical of yourself, right? Psychologically, that you don't put your creative art forth, or you don't start that business. You stop your creative flow. You just don't run with it. You stop yourself. Mars and Virgo with the South Node is like where you're too hard on yourself emotionally, past traumas, past experiences, financially, maybe fears of investing in your creative pleasure or joy or happiness. But it can also bring up tensions and truths being revealed within your romantic connections as well. Do comment your placements, Aquarius. Let me know, what's happening for you this Leo season with this new moon, because this new moon is kicking off Leo season and all we can express. And for you, it has a lot to do with relationships. And I will respond to you down below in the comments. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed new moon. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. This Leo new moon is all about your work, health, and routine, and new opportunities are coming through for you. So this new moon is kicking off Leo season, so you can expect these opportunities to come through this season. And also Mercury's retrograde in sign of Leo. So you're rethinking your health, your work, your routine. Don't push yourself to the point of burnout. You can reap reap rewards for opportunities previously, maybe get that contract, maybe get that idea started. You're doing things that you previously had ideas when it came to your work, health, and routine. This is all about self-care, but also productivity. You could also see yourself entering into a new job. Maybe you applied months ago, Mercury retrograde in Leo. You sent off that, resume of yours, and now you get the opportunity in Leo season. There's a lot of opportunities, and this will help you financially, right? This is great for you. This is not a bad thing. This Leo new moon is in a harmonious aspect to your money house with Saturn in Aries, where hard work pays off, where you put forth your most creative self and be the leader. Creativity is the name of the game when it comes to your work. Passion is the name of the game. Following your heart, stepping up into leadership roles, and Pisces, you have the energy to do so. Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. Ooh, this is behind you. Subconscious beliefs, triggering hidden enemies, jealousy, things you can't really see. These are hidden enemies. Maybe they be revealed now with Pluto retrograde and with Mercury retrograde, showing you the truth about where you need to disassociate and focus more on you, your health, mentally, emotionally, well-being, and taking care of you. You might decide, hey, maybe I want to join the gym or start my gym exercise regimen up again. Or maybe I want to get a health coach, or maybe I want to go to the doctor. This is your health and new beginnings. You could also decide to get a pet, because it does rule over pets. Everything that is part of your self-care. Maybe you want to start a meditation practice. You're focusing on your mental health. Great for health. But the more you focus on your health and well-being, the more productive you are and the more opportunities you receive. And this will help out that fears that you have in your subconscious, which is Aquarius, the self-undoing, hidden enemies. Where people, this is also where sometimes other people can kind of just victimize you. Let's especially socially, online and in person, they kind of are just like blaming you for everything. Power plays and power dynamics, manipulation of the subconscious, and they kind of make it feel like it's your fault. But Pisces. And what do I mean, Pisces? People always like to, throw all their heavy, dark emotions into Pisces, and they see them as a trash can of their emotions. Like, I'm feeling bad, I'm gonna let Pisces know and let vent on Pisces. Maybe I'm frustrated, take it out on Pisces. This is where you're stepping up into your power. You're reclaiming your subconscious, and you're nobody's trash can, emotionally, or punching bag. You're focusing on your health and well-being. You could be ending cycles from relationships that are involving power plays, power dynamics, words that are manipulative. Things like also influencing your subconscious. You might even decide that you're going to watch lighthearted stuff on television because it's influencing your subconscious. Changes that you make that are for your health is best right now. Okay, your health and well-being is optimal. This is what you're focusing on. Focus on you. Focus on you. Saturn in Aries in a harmonious aspect to this new moon is saying the work that you do will give you the finances you want. Work it, Pisces. Set those intentions. Get to work. You got this. Okay, what you start now, you will reap the rewards. February 1st of 2026, full moon in Leo, which is your work, health, and routine. So what you're starting on now, what you're working on now, the habits that you get now, and you'll continue it because we will have moon cycles in Leo until we have that full moon. We have that beautiful full moon in Leo, February of 2026. So you best reclaim your power now and set those intentions, and I believe in you. Now, the South Node is in Virgo. Mars is in Virgo. Ooh, the relationships and the tensions with personal and professional relationships too. Harshness, tension. Maybe even you could be judging these relationships or they're judging you. Criticism both ways, right? Release the tension. Don't judge. With Mars and Virgo, we shouldn't judge. Don't judge a single soul because we don't know the shoes and the road they're walking. We don't know what we know. We think we know, but we don't. Mercury's retrograde. We don't know. So try to be empathetic, and you can be, but don't give your power away, right? Relationships may be draining you of your energy and taking your power away. So don't be too harsh on yourself for the decisions you make within your relationships. Venus is in Gemini, saying that your emotional security is a must. I do see a lot of Pisces walking away from relationships that are taking too much, right? If they're not criticizing or that, like they're not doing the criticizing, but someone else is criticizing them, they decide to walk away. They're like, I am not, whether it's work, because this can be professional, personal, right? A friend too that's doing this, you're thinking about your emotional security, not known Pisces, I choose me first, right? That's what it's saying to you. This is such a beautiful new moon for you. I know there's a lot of work to be done by cutting out the toxic and the unhealthy and focusing on your health and well-being. But I swear to God, the opportunity is coming to you to step into your destiny, Pisces. And the more work you do, the easier that full moon, lunar eclipse, 7th of September will be on you. This is your opportunity to choose you and get the money, get the success and everything you want, because that new moon, like I said, it's in Leo, fire sign, stands in Aries, fire sign, and it's in a trine. It's saying, hello, the work that you do, you can get paid for. Opportunities want to flow into your bank account. Okay, so comment down below your placements. What opportunities are you seeing happen with this new moon or in this month of Leo season? And what are you working on? What ideas are you having to make the changes to your work life or the services that you offer in order to reap that success? Wishing you a beautiful and blessed new moon.